Pasadena Sister Cities Committee, building bridges across the globe. We connect our community with vibrant cultures from around the world, fostering friendship, understanding, and economic partnerships. Whether you are passionate about travel, cultural exchange, or making a difference in global education, there is a place for you. Join us and together let us create a brighter, more connected future. We make local action and global impact, and we want you to get involved. My name is Lena Louise Kennedy, and I'm president of Pasadena Sister Cities, an international nonprofit organization, and we oversee 6 subcommittees of 6 different countries, and I manage those subcommittees, and we have chairpersons over each subcommittee. It was founded in 1957 by President Eisenhower, and he started this because he wanted countries and the United States to better understand our differences and to be able to work together and appreciate differences and have respect for everyone's differences. So it was started for us to, each state and each city in the state, to adopt cultural exchange through building relationships with other sister cities in other countries. And Pasadena has 6 of them. We have Germany was our first one. We have Japan, we have Armenia, we have Finland, we have China, and our last one that we just got in 2019 was Africa, Senegal. So we have 6 sister cities, and in 2025, we're looking to have a Mexico sister city. Some of our key programs and initiatives that Pasadena Sister Cities focus on are student exchange. We focus on economic development. We look at environment in our country and other countries. We study safety. Our Pasadena Fire Department has a relationship with Senegal, Dakar Plateau, Senegal. So we look at safety issues, how safety is managed here in the United States and how safety is managed in other countries, and what synergy do we have together so that we can build harmony and relationships and understanding. Pasadena Sister Cities is not just for the young people, it's for all individuals. We have elementary kids that are involved that have a pen pal program. That's one of the programs we have. And we have adults involved that are looking at the environment. We have adults involved that are looking at safety issues and economic development. We have one of our committees that look at other countries and work with other countries on building up women in their businesses. So it's for all ages. It's not just limited to young people. However, the student exchange program is a significant component because when you change lives in young people, you can change the country, you can change the world, because the young people are the future of our society. So we do put a great deal of investments into our young people, but it's for all ages. I think Pasadena Sister Cities has some success stories. We had 2 students from Pasadena City College. One is focusing on economic development and Western education and global international studies. And she went to South Africa last year, and this year she went to West Africa. And out of that, they established the Pen Pal program in Senegal. And a success story that is personal and dear to me, Councilmember John J. Kennedy went to Germany when he was 16 years old. And when he went to USC, he studied international studies as a result of that experience to Germany. And every year of his life, he visited Germany and built on that relationship. So he had a family in Germany and a family here in the States. So the travel that we provide for our young people and adults, it changed lives. So one of the ways that we stay informed, because it is an international program, there's an international sister cities. They have conferences, workshops, regularly scheduled meetings that keep us engaged and informed. Then we build up our membership within our individual cities. In Pasadena, we have over 100 members that are a part of Pasadena Sister Cities, and based on our membership and our executive board and our leadership, we establish programs. So we have a real strong connection, not just locally, but internationally. And because of that strong international relationship, we stay very informed and engaged and involved. It has been a challenge in just revamping the organization, pulling the organization into the 21st century, making sure that we're updated, we're relevant, we're attractive enough where people want to engage and be involved. So technology is a piece that we're really focusing on, and how do we upgrade our technology so we can communicate nationally and internationally. Some of the successes of how we're moving forward is that we're engaging more young people that will help us be more successful in the work that we're doing. And that comes under our student exchange program. And under each program, we have a chairperson that manages those programs. We have an executive board of 4, Vice President Martin Gorton, Secretary Elizabeth Ellis, and Treasurer Joanne Forte Wormley. And the 4 of us are the executive team. Then we have the larger board that extends out to our subcommittee chairs. And the subcommittees manage each one of the 6 countries that we're involved with. And each subcommittee's responsibility is to build the membership. And so a part of their mission and their mandate is, as you build that membership, bring in young people, because young people come with great ideas. So one of the upcoming projects that we're working on, first of all, we have an annual community gathering that's free for everyone to come, and it's a way that we recruit people to become members of Pasadena Sister Cities. Then we have programs that we're working on right now, trying to build up our environment and understanding what does environment mean and climate change mean for the United States and for our 6 countries that we interact with. And so we're working with the Pasadena commissioners on environment so that they can help us understand what's happening locally here in Pasadena, and then they're going to work with us with our other countries to understand how the environment in those different countries and climate change in those different countries, how all of it one impacts the other. So those are some of the initiatives we're working on, in addition to building up our Pen Pal program. So those are the 3 items we're focusing on, and trying not to take on more than we can handle, but it's exciting just to know that there's energy out there and initiatives that people are interested in getting involved and engaged with. So we're right now building a partnership with Glendale Sister City, Burbank Sister City, and we're going to extend an invitation to La Cañada Sister City so that we can see what best practices are, how we can build and have a stronger community within our circle. And then locally in Pasadena, we reach out to all the nonprofits that we can think of, and we invite them to take out memberships with us, and we partner with them, whether we're giving them a scholarship, whether they're doing back to school backpacks, whether they're doing the opening of the students returning to school at Muir High School, wherever we can find opportunities to create partnerships. We're open to that. We're actively engaged and looking for that. We are at all organizations that we know of. We're participating with educational booths. We participate in the Black History Parade. We're participating in the Pasadena Heritage, the Latino Heritage Parade. So we're out there in the community really trying to connect, make a difference, be engaged, be participatory, and help strengthen up our community. And when we do that, we learn about each other's culture within our own cities, which is so important because that's how we build harmony. There are probably many. And the way that we operate under our leadership is that we don't try to focus on what the misconceptions are. We focus on what we are doing and hope people look at us for the value of what we bring to our community, and that they learn from that as opposed to us trying to eliminate what the misconceptions are. I think that people do well when they take the time to learn about what this wonderful organization is doing, because Pasadena Sister City is a phenomenal organization that we do not want to be a secret. We want Pasadena Sister Cities to be a household name. So our executive team is pretty impressive, and our board members that run the subcommittees, we focus on doing the work, staying engaged, staying involved, and in drawing people in to understand what we're doing as we work with the community to understand the needs of the community. So there are a couple of things that we want to see in the next short term, the next year, in the next 2 and 3 years. We have plans, we have goals, and our goals are to build our membership up. We're over 100 members. We want to get 200 members. Then long term, we want to participate in the Tournament of Roses parade and have an international float in the parade. And in doing that, it will be an opportunity to educate all students in the Pasadena Unified School District, organizations such as the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts, the parochial schools, get them engaged and involved. And by all of us working together on this international float, we will learn about each other in our community, and then we will extend invitations to our different countries to invite them to come and ride on the float dressed in their garb from their country. Wouldn't that be fantastic? That's what our goal is. The way that you can get involved with Pasadena Sister City is through www.pscc2024.com. On our website, if you are interested in getting involved, we have monthly meetings where we invite the community to come to the monthly meetings to find out and be informed and engaged. We have an annual community gathering, and we invite the entire community to come and get involved. And then we go out to the schools and we talk to the schools, and we have a membership process. So it's very easy to get involved with what we're doing, who we are, and the work that we're offering to the community. In closing, I think what I would like to say is Pasadena Sister City is an organization that we want to be a household name. And there are wonderful travel opportunities, cultural exchange, and we invite you to get involved, to learn more about what we're doing, and to help us do the work that we're doing. We educate each other.
Hi, my name is Durand Reeves. I'm the CEO and founder of Rosewater. We are an international consulting firm. We specialize in global travel, global career placement, and global business development. What we do is we work with business developers around the world to find young professionals starting at the high school and college level to help support with any operational programming, whether that be one-off events or longer term and getting their career off the ground. If any interest, check us out at www.rosewaterprojects.org and available on all social platforms at Rosewater Projects. Thank you. From a management perspective, I do have to manage clients, I manage myself, and I manage my team. So I approach every week with that focus. Depending on the workload, it could be a lot more in one of those 3 areas. But I do work with a team of about 7 to 10 guys, depending on the project. As challenging as it is, none of them really work locally full time. So a lot of them are spread between different time zones, different regions. So a lot of that logistically we do have to figure out. But we work with the client list right now of about 20 major projects that we're working on across the globe. And I get support from that on my team in various different areas. So Rosewater was founded in 2019. It was following an international trip to Egypt to visit a friend that took a trip over there for a yoga retreat and never came back. So that kind of started the curiosity around what was going on. She was in Africa, she was in Egypt, and that was a place I had never been. At the time I was working in hospitality, so a lot of my background is hospitality and sales. Took that trip over there and it pretty much changed everything career-wise. At that point, saw a lot of opportunity over there for education, travel, business development, and that's how I sparked the idea to create a situation to bring more access to people that had that interest. The first initial focus was just education, like us helping people get into hospitality, culinary, and business careers, and then it developed into a bigger function from there. The major projects for Rosewater right now is our Entrepreneur Internship program. We're currently working with Pasadena Unified School District to introduce a entrepreneurship opportunity where we're bringing students in to work with my team, get professional development, and then be able to get live work experience and exposure with one of my business affiliates. Specifically, we're working with a company called Bird and Bun right now, so students will have the opportunity to work with content creation, marketing, brand strategy, web design, and sales for that developing company. They are established, they have several locations, but we are opening one in the Pasadena area specifically to support this entrepreneurship program and this opportunity with our students locally. Yeah, with Rosewater's perspective being, an international perspective and a global perspective, that was my main focus with bringing that education to students here in California. I grew up in the Pasadena area. I understand how competitive Los Angeles is, but there's a lot of access with the internet and all these different communications where we're able to utilize the world's global market and workforce. That's one of my main priorities when I'm talking to students, is them understanding you're not just trapped within your local market. If you have ambitions within any career field, there's an opportunity to expand outside of your local area. We do have a curriculum. With Rosewater, we created 90-day programming for 25 different industries. Whether you have interest in environmental science, finance, business management, nonprofit, or even politics, we've developed a 90-day program around that where it's from the perspective of the entrepreneur or the business owner. So a lot of those things you're gonna be working with, understanding the day-to-day to getting projects off the ground and executing goals and relating those goals to actual business results as well, because we want to make sure people are developing sustainable businesses. The curriculum is connected to anyone that goes through our program, and you'll have that in addition to having access to real business owners to interview for real employment and real career kickoff. So in terms of Rosewater's location, we don't have offices in several areas. We are fully remote at this point, but we do connect with businesses and corporations that do have that footprint from a commercial real estate standpoint. So if students are needing to go to an actual location, if they're needing from a resource standpoint like Wi-Fi, or even just have support to be able to work in a quiet space, we have connected partners in the hotel, restaurant, and school sector to facilitate that support. But yeah, there's been a lot of incredible success stories since 2019. A part of my journey was actually lived in Egypt for a couple of years during COVID. Like most businesses, we were forced to pivot from our initial focus of being, education, hospitality, hotels, restaurants, travel. All those things were impacted by COVID. So we were forced to pivot for a bit, and I developed an athletic initiative out there that ended up scaling to about 350 athletes coming to work out with me 5 days a week. That was a huge success story just for how it started. It was developed from a WhatsApp group. 12 people showed up the first day. By week 3, like I mentioned, there was 350 people there working out. That really exposed me to understanding there was a lot of opportunity within the things we were developing. And the results from that group were even more success. So I'd started it as just a marketing opportunity for the business while we pivoted, but there were athletes who met at my group ended up getting married. One of the athletes that we worked with were able to get into a college in Vancouver, and they now play soccer there, which was once, just a pipe dream of, leaving that area as a refugee. What I'm most proud of is that initiative is still going, and they're still running it on their own, even though I've been back in America for the past year and a half. So programming definitely changes depending on the area, and that's something that I had to learn by experience. I have a lot of experience in sales and marketing in the States. Not all of that stuff converts and translates into international regions. I've worked in Southeast Asia, Africa, Central America, and all of those places require custom strategies that are relatable to the people there. One of the greatest lessons I learned being in Egypt was, even with that athletic programming, is to make sure strategically you always have people from that local region involved with the leadership and development of a program. It's great to do all these great things, bring them to new regions, but from a psychology standpoint, I learned that you have to have those people involved in the development of that project, or you may, encounter challenges with how that stuff is received. Even if you're doing a great thing, you still have to take the necessary steps and make sure people are involved, just from past trauma of people trying things and maybe failing or not doing, not following through on what they promised, and just understanding that this development is going to take a lot of grace. You're working with a lot of people that are not used to this level of business, and you need to make sure you meet them where they are. Yeah, that's a great question. That's one of our main focuses, is how do we be the bridge to connecting all these different people within our program. And that's been a big focus for us this year from a technical side. We started application development to automate and facilitate a lot of the things we do business-wise, whether that be from the consulting side or just the resource side, or then, like you said, socially having that connectivity within our network. So we want to make sure that from the travel community, the young professional community, the business developer community, we have that platform that anyone can connect to anyone that we're talking to, and if they have dreams that align, those dreams will be actualized through our platform. capital and finances always comes in as a priority for us. So in terms of me explaining challenges, I think we go through a lot of the same things that a smaller or bigger business would deal with, and that's why I've learned business is business. So I think financially those are always the same challenges that any startup has. Beyond that, I think getting the marketing together so that the general public also knows exactly what we're doing. I know over the last 5 years, I've done a lot of different work. People have seen me manage music artists or develop other businesses outside of Rosewater, so that can be sometimes kind of confusing on what I do as a consultant and what the company does as its focus. And that's something we're getting really clear on, working with new marketing agencies and making sure that we have that clear voice for people with interest. Our entire business model is predicated on collaboration. So in terms of how we bring in new partners, a lot of that is from first understanding where the alignment is in terms of an audience, is that gonna be an easy shift? But for me, yeah, we go and we connect with several nonprofits, whether it be locally in the area or even outside of the state. And for one, we first off offer our entrepreneurship support. So, is there a benefit for a group of 10 students to come help you operationally scale your business? And then from there, that's an opportunity or not, we also just see what we have at the table that might be able to be leveraged and help them grow while we're growing as well. We are going to be completing the first round of this internship program as a test run and then going fully public to the entire San Gabriel Valley and then beyond. We're looking to bring in 250 businesses and 2,500 students at full scale, and that's around the world. So that's not just students from this area, but all the different markets we work in. We're going to be kicking off our group travel tours. We have a campaign going right now called This is a Plane Ticket. It's tied to a lot of our merchandise. So if you buy one of those pieces, you'll be entered into a raffle with us to go on a travel trip, be open to possibly receiving business consulting from us, or even have an opportunity to interview with one of the clients that we work with for a potential job offer. We're really excited about that raffle and then obviously expanding the entire group. The ultimate goal, I think, it's not necessarily just a tangible factor. I think for me, a lot of the stuff is making sure that people have access to travel if they have those ambitions, regardless of what their motivation. If it's just for leisure and mental health, or if it's to restart their career, or just to get into a new place and peace of mind. We just want to make sure people have that ability to do so, and whatever we can from a resource standpoint, just support that. Absolutely. So in terms of getting involved, it's very easy. Whether you're interested in working with us, being a part of the internship program, or just being a partner or someone to help us scale our business, you just get in contact with someone from my team or myself through our website. A simple hello gets the conversation started, and then we just go from there. We do have a light questionnaire depending on what your focus is, just so we can begin to do some of our own homework coming to that call with you. But very easy to get a hold of, like I mentioned, through our website or through any of our socials. I'm available. One of the biggest takeaways that I want to make sure anyone gets from interacting with me, my team, or anyone else that we are developing is the mantra that we live by, that everything in life is connected. I know for me, like I kind of mentioned, this doesn't come about without, first off, my background in hospitality and my career, and then a friend telling me she went to Egypt and never came back, and then me taking a trip out there and then just going from there. And a lot of my life has been like that, where it's just one thing is a step to the next step. And that's pretty much what one of the main focuses I instill into the students that we're working with is hey, you even taking this opportunity to meet us right now at this age is already setting you up for the next step and the next step and the next step for your long-term goal. And just making sure everybody understands yeah, you could be working on something for 10 years before it's an overnight success. So that's the major thing that we like to make sure we tell our students is take advantage of what you have now, and it'll pay dividends in the long run.